Hi everybody, welcome back. Friday Night Blogs, Matt Cison. Hope you're doing well, by the way. It's a nice day in Canada, anyway. Oh, there goes Murphy. Why did Murphy jump off? Everybody likes seeing Murphy. Why did he jump off? Everybody's always commenting. People comment to me, they go, we look for Murphy before we look for you. Specifically, that's for you, Julie. You know who you are. So, Murphy, you want to go back? No, just let him stay. Okay, today I want to talk about this idea of love. And sometimes how focusing on love might make things tougher, right? But first, let me set it up. And I don't know, let's see, I don't have any notes today, so this is going to be probably all over the place, so try and keep up with me. All right, so I love reading Facebook memes, right? They have all kinds it's like one big self-help book of your Facebook, right? And there's a lot of stuff I'd say like, all I got to do is love. If you focus on love, then everything will fall into place. If you focus on love, everything will be joyful and blissful, and you'll be good. But I think of love as like as the white light, right? And when you put white light through a prism, the colors on the other side of the prism, there are all kinds of we have the colors of the rainbow on the other side. So to me, like, love is that white light that moves through the prism, and all the different colors are all the different emotions as a result of what's love. And there's a saying that's pretty popular, but I don't necessarily subscribe to it. It goes, the opposite of love is fear. When really, love doesn't have an opposite. Love contains all the emotions. And so many times people are trying to rush out of fear, or they're trying to ignore fear, or they're just not utilizing fear properly. But we've got to remember, even fear is embedded inside of love. And one of the ways I like to describe this is when you think about that mom who got into a car accident and her child's pinned underneath the car. And all of a sudden, she's got to get underneath there and through some miraculous means, sometimes gets enough strength to pull the car just high enough so the child can get out. And if we look at that, what caused all that abnormal strength, or that non-human strength? Although it's not non-human because it's actually human. It's inside of all of us. And it's this fear. It's the fear of seeing her child stuck underneath the car, that created massive amounts of adrenaline that allowed her to come inside underneath the car and lift it up. But notice, right? It's a fear that caused it to happen, but behind the fear is the love for the child. Right? So these things, when we can listen to all the emotions, when we can listen to all the feelings, and we can learn how to use them properly, then love moves through every emotion. And remember this, all feelings are short-lived unless there's a resistance to it. If there was an opposite to love, if it had an opposite, I would say it's more about the idea of free will, and it's our free will to choose to be more loving or not to be more loving. When we're more loving, emotions come up and they come out because we're not resisting against them. Thoughts will come up and they will come out, again, because we're not resisting against them. It's a part of love. And we acknowledge it, we accept it, and we let it move on. Right? I told you, I'm probably going to be all over the place today. I didn't take notes, but hopefully this is making sense. Okay, so we don't want to necessarily ignore our emotions of fear, because anytime we ignore an emotion that wants to come up to the surface, all we're simply doing is pushing that feeling back down into the body. Right? And if it gets pushed down into the body, that's just energy that's not allowed to be used and utilized, so that it's energy that's not allowed to be transcended into love. Right? So we've got to listen to all our emotions, because our emotions are here for a reason. Right? Even if, he's back, Murphy's back, right? All our emotions are here for a reason. All our thoughts are here for a reason. All our sensations are here for a reason. It works inside of a perfect system. So we just can't be loving and decide to abandon fear. Fear is within love. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, so sometimes when I see people posting and they say, I've just made a decision to love. Okay, we're all connected. We're all born with that loving connection to God, universe, whatever you wish to call it. As we move through life, though, that love that's inside of us gets adulterated with other people's ideas, their woulds and shoulds for your life. And those adulterated ideas get stuffed on top of the connection to love that we came born with. Now, here's the thing. When we say we're only going to focus on love, let me share another story. My mentor, he used to like to use this example. He used to say, you want to be careful with the word love, right? Because some people have a subconscious attachment to it that they don't even know about. And his example was, imagine like somebody in an AA meeting, a younger kid goes in an AA meeting, and one of the older guys pulls the younger kid aside, puts his arm around him and says, son, you just got to love yourself, right? And the kid goes, oh, okay. And so he goes out into the world and things actually get worse, right? It's because that kid might have subconscious programmings to ideas and perceptions of love that aren't authentic. They're a result of somebody else's conditioning and programming as they grew up or even as they lived life as an adult. So when you actually focus on love and it's uncomfortable, let me tell you why, right? You focus on love, you go deep down into your heart. But remember, inside of your heart, on top of the heart, surrounding the heart, are all other people's ideas, conditions, and programming. That love just can't go from your heart all the way out to the surface of your conscious mind. It has to go through the blocks that are preventing it from moving upward. And in order for it to really come up to the surface, I mean, sometimes it'll move through, but just enough, and we can feel a little bit of love and we feel great. But if we consistently keep focusing on it, there's a saying that goes, love will bring everything unlike itself to the surface to be healed. You can't bypass this system. Life has got a perfect system inside of it. So when you focus on love, what it's actually doing, when you focus on love consistently, it's pushing all the adulterated stuff that you learned along the way up to the surface. And then all of a sudden, things start to get uncomfortable. Now, it's okay to focus on love if you have it with the mindset that I'm going to use it to push up everything that I'm hiding. Right? But if you're going to use it as a way to say, I'm going to focus on love so I could just bypass all those emotions that I don't want to feel and I can just feel great and wonderful and dandy all the time. Dandy. I don't know where that came from. I haven't used that word in a long time. So I can feel great all the time. If you do that, you're setting yourself up for a fall. You may be able to do it for a short term because the conscious willpower mind gets us through things short term, and you can be loving for a short term. And then eventually what you'll end up doing is every time something bad happens, you're going to use your conscious willpower mind to focus on love again. And then love will bring everything unlike itself to the surface to be cleaned. And then you'll find yourself consciously using willpower all the time. And that might not sound so bad, except using willpower all the time tires out your body. You're working against the flow of life. So if you're using the word love as a way to clean out, bring up to the surface that which you are hiding, then I'm all for it, right? Bring it up to the surface, meditate on it, contemplate on it, do whatever techniques you need to use to move those things through, and then let it move through. But it's not always going to be comfortable, right? So when people come to me and they say, Matt, I've got a wonderful affirmation. I love people and everything in it. I love this world and the universe and everything in it. I always got to step back and go, whoa, that's kind of a huge affirmation, right? I generally stay away from using the word love until that person can really, really step into the deep meaning, that deep connection that that person came born with when he or she came born into this planet. That makes sense? Otherwise, I say don't use the word love. There's so many other words you can use anyway for an affirmation. And love many times, aside from bringing everything up to the surface, it's just so general, right? Everybody's got a meaning for the word love, but we can't agree on it, right? So just be careful. All I'm saying is be careful when you use the word love and realize that if things start coming up to the surface, it's not because what you're doing is not working, your affirmation is not working. Actually, it's working perfectly. It's bringing things up to your conscious awareness for you to clean out so you can step into that loving nature. Okay, book's coming out. It's so close. The book is so close, so close. So hang in there. I'm getting some amazing reviews, and I can't wait to share it with you. For now, please sign up for the Early Bird book announcement, lifeistheperfectsystem.com. Live spiritually, but with practicality.